Hey there. It's been a long time since I have posted much of anything video, blog, even Instagram post. I think it's been over a month. I wanted to come in to start talk about what's been going on with me, this cocoon of change that I've been in the middle of for the last year. If I can figure out how to start this. So, about a year ago, I reconnected with a man from my past who was a friend, nothing more than a friend. And he reached out to me and we reconnected. And he was in a situation where he was ready to move on, and I was in a situation where I was definitely ready to move on. My daughter had moved out a year and a half prior, so it was just me at home. My friends had moved away, and I was ready to leave Huntington Beach, and I knew that. I probably knew for a year that I would be leaving. I just didn't know where I'd be going and was sort of waiting for the sign and divine guidance to show me where to go. And so when I reconnected with him, it was obvious to me that this was it. He lived in Florida, Florida Keys, which I've always wanted to live somewhere tropical. So again, it was one more like, oh yeah, let's go. And it all happened very, very quickly. So I ended up moving, got rid of all of my belongings except what I could fit in my car and a couple suitcases, and moving to, well, at the time it was Miami. And it was a big deal. It was a little bit challenging. My daughter still lives in California, and I would be moving across the country from her, and that was hard. But also, she was living her own life, and I knew that it was time for me to live mine. I had gone through the empty nester. What's my purpose? What am I going to do with myself? Ever since she left, probably for a year and a half, and now I was ready to move forward with my life and in a whole new way, and so it all aligns really well. And so it was, I think, January 31st, almost a full year that I moved to Miami. So in April, he and I ended up moving to Key Largo to be closer to his son. So that's where I am now, in this beautiful setting. Really blessed, really thankful. It was an amazing year and a challenging year all at the same time. He was going through a lot of tying up loose ends, and I know that was really difficult for him. Went through a fairly difficult divorce, and it brought up a lot of stuff from my past. So kind of triggered those old wounds to bring them up so that I could heal more fully, and learning how to show up in a new way, in a new type of relationship. I've never experienced anything like this before, and I knew that when I came into a healthy relationship that it would be a next level of development for me, because I don't know that I've had one. And most of my lessons have been relationship based. A lot of them have at least started that way, and so there's been a lot of I don't know, I would say healing for me in this last year. It has been an incredible year full of new wonderful experiences, and I'm so blessed and feel so thankful for it all. But it has been interesting. So I feel like now, hopefully I can start to come out of this cocoon transformation stage and share more about what I have learned, because ultimately a lot of my writing is about relationships and about what we learn from relationships. And it's been interesting when I've had the conversations with people around relationships. They've said, well, how do you know that you've healed? It's like, I don't know. Because I hadn't really experienced the other side of it. I had experienced my own healing through heartbreak, and really felt that I had worked through everything that I needed to work through, and really felt that I was at a place where I could really start to share what I have learned with others. But I hadn't really experienced the other side. I hadn't experienced that relationship that I really longed for forever. And it's like, well, what's that going to look like for me when that actually happens? And now I feel like I can do that, because I feel like this is my aha epiphany and a big ass sigh that this is how it's supposed to be. This is what I've been working towards for so many years. Just intuitively, I think I knew that there was this relationship that would bring so much fulfillment and happiness to my life in a way that it never did in the past. I've talked a lot in my writings about me being a people pleaser and really working really hard to try to make somebody else happy, hoping that I would receive love in return, and that doesn't work. And so I really had to release all of that programming from my past so that I could show up in life in a completely different way. And I had a whole lot of tests that came into my life, especially the year prior to this, but probably several years prior. And I came to a place where I felt really comfortable with who I was and what I wanted. And I do believe that this was the result, and I believe that it wouldn't have come into my life if I wasn't ready for it, because there were a lot of things that I think would have had me running in the opposite direction, and I would have sabotaged my relationship with him if I hadn't been as healed and ready as I was. So now I feel very empowered to share what I have learned with others, in the hopes that it might help them in some way. And clearly there's a lot of relationship help out there. I'm not claiming to have anything that's brand new, but I am claiming to have something that's unique for me, and that always is a combination of many different thoughts and beliefs and teachers, stuff that I've learned along my path. So I'm looking forward to being able to share that and finally have this is on the other side of it, and this is why you want to do it, which is the piece that was missing before. And in all of the coaching marketing things, it's like you have to say why they should listen to what you have to say and what it's going to get them. And at the time I was like, sitting alone on my couch. That's not going to get anybody excited. But now I know, and that is amazing. So yeah, I guess that's all I really wanted to come in and share at this point in time. And I'm also working on being comfortable sharing on video, which I have shared before that I really, really struggle with. So I'm hoping that I can get past that and start to feel comfortable in front of a camera, in front of putting myself on YouTube and really connecting with others who just want a more fulfilling, joyful, loving life in general, whether that's relationship with self or others. So, thanks for listening.